the rhythm of the city, capturing the reason we all come here. Madison, it always had to you.
Grew up in a predominantly white suburb. I remember I had a project in high school, and I was the only black girl in the group. The rest were white boys. We had a filming project at someone's house. One boy said we could go to his. I told my parents and my dad immediately, before my mother could equally object, was like, hell no. Shout out.
Yeah.
Fucking daddy.
Yeah.
Shout out to people who understand. You know what I am going to do? I'm just going to compile a list of nigga content because this is going to take too long. We can be here all fucking days.
Yeah.
1,100. It's total of 2,200 comments. So that's a lot to go through. But the thing is like Noah Wells and the other young man that we just named are not only cautionary tales, but common tales. This is happening to black kids all over the country in a sense that it seems a little ritualistic. Now, we know in order to get in some gangs, you gotta kill somebody. So if you wanted to be initiated into the Klan, it seems like the death of a black child will surely do. And we talking about places like Lake Ray Hubbard. And we talking about places in South Mississippi. But then this gets me into this idea of what the Klan is. We discussed it a little bit on the Patreon, but we also discussed the fact that the head of the Klan is called the Grand Wizard. Wizards cast spells, they do magic. And the main spell that they cast on Americans as a whole is fear. If you have a 17-year-old, if you have a 14-year-old, if you have an 18-year-old, and you constantly hear stories about them dying, and you constantly see the faces of black children dying, you get frozen with fear. If you see it happen once in a while, if you see a black child die on the nightly news every now and then you understand that these are isolated situations. But when every time you open your phone, you hear about another black child dying, after a while, it feels like it's happening to you. After a while, it feels like your child just died. And we're taking on the trauma from situations that don't have anything to do with us individually, but have everything to do with us communally. And this is the constant attack of fear on not only American society, but the black community specifically. Especially when it comes from power structures like the police force, or when it comes from individuals and citizens that are acquitted and never held accountable, or in the Nolan Wells case, not even charged. Carmelo Anthony case, self-defense, he's been charged with murder for defending himself. And it stokes a fear in you that, goddamn, just raising my child, just moving them to the right neighborhood, quote-unquote right neighborhood, getting them in pursuit of a better education, making sure they involve in extracurriculars, but isolating them from their own community and the people that look like them, it's advantageous for them individually and also equally as dangerous. Mm-hmm. The idea of giving your child a better life puts them in the line of danger via the individuals that you're surrounding them with. And then you have to constantly hear about it on the fucking nightly news, on the social media, on all media news cycles, and then you're looking at your 17-year-old like, I don't want you to even go to a party no more. I don't want you to go on a school trip. I don't want you to go swimming with those people. And these children will get to the point where they don't understand that you're protecting their life, and they only look at you as trying to make them a social pariah. That's black magic. Now, the constant scenery of You being charged and you being acquitted. You murdering somebody, we know you killed them and they never charged you. But what about other forms of black magic? Be it food. Are people that come from abundance, are people that come from a history of rich agriculture, are now constantly marketed meat, cheese, and dough. That's literally the American diet. If you name the food, it's just meat, cheese, and bread, and some sort of starch. There is no vegetable on the side. All the sides are fries. White starch. Turns into sugar. Meat, cheese, bread. That's the American diet. Hot dog, meat, cheese, bread, cheeseburger, pizza, wings, fried foods, all these things. And then for the sake of convenience, this is all they will give you at fast food restaurants. And for the sake of profits, we don't know what goes into processed food. There is, by the FDA regulations, a certain amount of human DNA allowed to be in the beef. We know that when Burger King says 100% real beef, that 100% real beef is the name of a company. So that they don't get charged with false advertising. They are using 100% real beef, the company. They're not using 100% beef, the product. But they can say 100% real beef because that's the company they buy it from. But there is a certain amount of human DNA. There is a certain amount of fecal matter. There is a certain amount of sawdust used for filling in processed foods. We talked about it a little bit last week, but the music. The main things that you're getting out of the music is what subject matter. Murder, misogyny, materialism, drug use, hyper-consumption, sex, drugs, alcohol, all degenerate behaviors. Now, India R.E. came under fire for criticizing the Young Miami song because they're asking where all the scamming ass niggas at, which is degenerate behavior, which is illegal behavior that we're promoting to the masses. But India R.E. also had a song that she brown skin. It's a hit. I'm not that careful in the video, it's a hit. So you can make a hit with a positive message. But that doesn't work for the structure. That doesn't work for the power structure. So as black magic via food, if you look at they clone Tyrone, they tell you about these three different aspects. Food, music, and mass media. The music specifically, because the music is the heartbeat of the black community. We love music. We love to create music. The drum that represents the heart, that's our lifeblood. That's what we do. That's how we communicate, right? So the messages in the music, black magic, degradation. I was even say this, like, I didn't like that Gunna song.
Which one?
You getting fucked tonight? That's just a crazy. It's not even there's no sexual tension. There's no sensuality. There's no innuendo. You getting fucked tonight. That's it. Now we have a country that have utilized all of this communication to us to control or degrade us. The control is the fear. The control is the messaging. The degradation comes through the messaging. The control is in the food. You know, food is supposed to be fuel. So if you're eating something that make you sleepy afterwards, it's the opposite of fuel. How many people are eating shit that's making them feel groggy and then having to go complete a 12-hour shift within Canada? Not only do you not have the energy to complete the 12-hour shift, that you got 6 hours left on the clock, but there's a guarantee that as soon as you